Thanks for tuning in to watch this short presentation. I'm Brandy Fox, the Capital Projects Manager for the school district. And this short video will focus on two projects the district has identified as important for the board to consider as part of the potential bond in the spring of 2025. We'll cover two unique but related challenges in this presentation. The first is ADA accessibility between the floors at the administration building. And the second is ADA accessibility in the parking area that serves both levels of the administration as well as the Crest Learning Center. So let's start with the administration building. The ADA and life safety challenges we face here are a lack of accessibility between levels 1 and 2, the fact that the building was constructed in 1965, and that even minimal improvements to this building will require fire sprinkler and fire alarm upgrades. This drawing up on the screen is the administration building. The floor plan that you see on the left is the upper level of the building. The floor plan you see on the right is the ground floor of the building. Highlighted in yellow, you can see the one single stair that connects those two floors of the building. So the only way for a mobility challenged person at the administration building to get from one floor to the other is to approach it at grade, which means that if you're in the upper floor of the building, you'd have to go outside, down the sidewalk, around the back into the parking lot, and vice versa. We believe the solution for this is an elevator, and also a second stair is probably required to meet the current exiting requirements. The proposal you see before you is highlighted in green. It's labeled B, and it's the addition of an elevator to the building exterior. At the ground floor, this would mean a glass vestibule that creates a lobby to that elevator. And then at the upper floor, there would be a glass enclosed or storefront enclosed short bridge connection to the upper level of the building. This slight modification to the office that you see adjacent would also be required. It's an interesting solution because we looked at a number of options in the interior of the building, but all of those have the likelihood of requiring significant structural upgrades to the building. And so this exterior solution allows us to connect without affecting the structural system within the main building. It would require fire sprinkler and fire alarm modifications, and it's possible that fire sprinklers for that full upper level will be required. The next slide I want to share with you is around parking and accessibility challenges at the admin and Crest area. You can see in the drawing to the right those three parking lots that serve admin and Crest. So parking lot to the left serves the upper level of the administration building and oftentimes Crest. And then the lot that you see over to the right, my cursor's not showing up on this, but the lot that you see to the right, interestingly enough, provides no parking accessibility to the lower level of the building. All of the accessibility for both Crest and the upper level, the lower level of the administration building is the circle that you see at the top of the drawing. There are two ADA parking stalls in that location. And if you follow the red dotted line, you can see what the path is to get into Crest, and then what the path is to get into that lower level of the administration building. Certainly not intuitive if you're approaching the lower level of the administration building. But it is physically impossible to get from that parking lot to the east of admin directly in if you're in a wheelchair or mobility challenged. I'll show you the next slide. The other challenges that we face here is that the lot at Crest is steep, and I'm not sure the photographs on the right communicate this fully, but That parking lot can really be a challenge in the colder weather. Oftentimes when we have frost on the ground, we have to close it altogether. And we also have people that park here and then are sort of forced to back out of the lot and into that main drive in front of the admin building to get out. That's been a challenge for the last 30 years. So we've worked with Mayfly Design, which is a small civil engineering firm, to come up with an option and a solution that could provide the design. This certainly wouldn't be the final design, but this is far enough along in our understanding of what stormwater codes would be and accessibility to allow us to put a cost to this. We'll discuss that cost more at the October 24th board meeting. But just to run through what this solution does, I'm going to start at the bottom left corner of the graphic in front of you. This replaces the ramp that's in front of the administration building. It replaces the stairs that are in front of the administration building. It relocates the ADA accessible parking directly in front of the admin building. And then, as you can see in the area that is green with the two blue circles in it, it takes that steep area we were looking at in front of Crest, and it turns it into a stormwater management area. So 2 large rain gardens and then an accessible path to Crest. And then if you move to the right side of the building, the east side of the building, you can see that we've rebuilt a small section of the parking area there to provide a ramp and an at-grade access that would allow both the ADA parking for the lower level of the building and for Crest to be in that east lot. Also noted there the potential elevator location, so you could see how that would all tie in together. This solution keeps the same number of parking stalls, which we're required to do through our SEPA that exists on this site. But it relocates some of those and changes some grades. I think one of the things that was interesting to me about this solution that Mayfly came up with is it is a very limited area of work. So you'll notice on the left side of the drawing, any place that isn't colored in the gray or the red or the green is an area that we're not touching. So we may do a seal coat and restripe, but we've really been able to limit that work to directly adjacent to admin and Crest. So again, more conversation about this at the October 24th board meeting to come, along with costs. But thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you then.